Well, if you ever had any doubt about Watchtower changing scripture to fit their own theology and chopping and changing Bible scriptures to fit their own doctrines rather than making their doctrines fit to scripture, this is the perfect example, and this will take the biscuit, I promise you. Well, if you're not familiar with British slang, it basically means they will take the first prize. Because in fact, in this very passage, Watchtower proves that they are in fact Antichrist. Have a look. So first I'm going to read up this particular passage from the New World Translation 2013 Silver Sword, or from Watchtower Bible and Truck Society, and then I'll read it up from the Old King James and see if you spot the difference. So this verse is the first letter of John chapter 4 and verse 3. It reads from New World Translation, "But every inspired statement that does not acknowledge Jesus does not originate with God. Furthermore, this is the Antichrist inspired statement that you have heard was coming, and now it is already in the world." King James, "And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God, and this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world." Now, at first glance, it doesn't sound all that much different, except that the King James uses old English expressions. But did you spot what part of the passage was missing? On the screen, if you look at it, I put a small red arrow at the place where in the New World Translation this part is missing, and it's after the word Jesus, because it reads after Jesus, it says, "does not originate with God." But if you're going back in the King James, what does it say that it's not originating with God? Christ is come in the flesh. Because the beginning of the passage reads, "And every spirit that confesseth not," what? "That Jesus Christ is come in the flesh, is not of God." Well, does this part of the passage present in their own Greek Kingdom Interlinear? Let's have a look. Well, surprise, surprise, nowhere to be found. But how about if we just go any Greek Bible website on the internet, for example, Bible Hub, let's go there and look up this verse. So surprise, surprise again, I've underlined it with red, the actual part which says that Jesus Christ in the flesh has come. And the word has come, right above it on the top, you can see a small number, 2064. And if we click on that number, it gives us the original Greek meaning of the word, which means to come or go. And this Greek word is erkomai. And it also means came, come, comes, coming. But it also means in a future sense, will come, and is equivalent to come, future. So in fact, the passage says that every inspired expressions, or every spirit that confesseth not, what? That Jesus is come in the flesh. Has come, coming or comes, present tense, and will be coming, as in the future tense, is not of God, but it is from the Antichrist. And guess what? This very part has Watchtower cut out. And this is the proof, because they do not want you to know what is the definition of Antichrist spirit. In fact, this is the very part. Because if we look at the verse just before that, verse 2, it says, "Hereby know ye the Spirit of God, every spirit that confesseth," what? "That Jesus Christ is come in the flesh, is of God." And verse 3 continues, "And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh, is not of God." So the Bible writer John repeats it twice, just to make sure we're not going to miss it, that the Antichrist can be identified by denying Jesus' fleshly resurrection, him coming back in the flesh. Has come, coming, and will be coming. And in fact, this is colliding head-on with Jehovah's Witnesses' teaching, because they teach that in fact Jesus was not resurrected in the flesh, but he came back as a resurrected spirit creature. He just put on some human flesh with some fake wounds to convince the disciples that he is in fact real, but in fact he wasn't. But if you cannot find this part of the passage in your own Bible translation, is unfortunately, you've got a very good chance that you're not going to find it. Why? Because every modern translation in circulation today, which is more than about 200 different Bible translations, is coming from the Westcott and Hort Greek interlinear translation, which we know from the discoveries of my previous videos that it actually comes from a very questionable source, and they just basically made a big old mishmash Greek salad. And don't tell me it is a scholarly work, because it isn't. Because when you come back to the original source, the original Greek, well, guess what? It's right there. But don't listen to me, do your own research. I always say, do your own research, make sure of all things yourself. So I hope you found this video at least interesting. Please very, very carefully consider this passage, because this is one of the clearest passages where Watchtower is actually admitting and pulling the veil off of itself and show it to you openly that in fact they are the Antichrist, because they altered scripture to match their own doctrine, namely that Jesus was never even resurrected in the flesh. But in fact this is the cornerstone of the faith and the belief of Christianity entirely. The empty tomb, the bodily resurrection of Jesus. Because if he wasn't bodily resurrected, our faith is in vain and our preaching is in vain. I know Jehovah's Witnesses, I know you know this scripture. Think about this, what it says. Your faith and your works is completely useless if you do not confess that Jesus was resurrected in the body. So again, check out this scripture, do your own research, and if you do not understand it or you're not sure about it, pray. Pray to God and he will reveal it to you. He's not going to hide the truth from you. I hope this video has blessed you. God bless you all, I love you all, and we speak in the next one. Bye.